Hey folks, Coach Grandpa here. I want to go over quick things about our latest build. And we don't really build AR-15s. We kind of just add toys to them and get them to a specific category in this AR-15 platform. And like we find and you know how hard it is to find an AR-15 that you want. Usually you have to settle for what they have. So what we were looking for was an AR-15 in the more or less the MK18 beginning style. That's what we found. We found this particular AR-15 in the pistol format with a 10.5 barrel, 1 in 7 twist rate. So we're throwing the larger grain rounds at you for the knockdown power. Home protection weapon is what we're going after, which happens to be a MK18 in the military sense. In the civilian sense, this is home defense, and it looks a lot like a MK18. Has a lot of the characteristics, although it's in the pistol category. And as you all know, in the pistol category, there's a lot of advantages to that. And I'm sure everybody's aware of that, but a lot of people aren't. And that's why I'm probably going to always go towards the pistol. They seem to have a better look to them. And basically, you know how they come with the blade? And this one came with the blade. And those are really horrendous pieces of equipment. I'm not sure how you're supposed to shoot those. They will really tear up your forearm, however that blade, and it's brutal. But we went to this SB, I think this is the M4. It's the one that fits over the pistol buffer tube. It's not adjustable. We have it measured out for the length of pull at 12.5 inches. I like 12.5 inches. A lot of basically all my pistols have that 12.5 inch length of pull. Keeps everybody basically happy. So, back to the brace. So, this one, it's not as soft as a lot of people may want it to be. When you do adjust this to your forearm, it will give you those senior citizen bruises. So it's rather abusive, but it's a perfect weapon for home defense. Like I say, it's a pistol, so you're able to have it loaded when you have your permits. It's a pistol, so you're allowed to do a lot of things that you can't with a rifle. A rifle, you're not even allowed to have it loaded in your vehicle. So that's why we went with this basic build. And this is the finished product. We think we're done. It has the red dot, has the fixed upright sights. They're Daniel Defense. We have all that on there, for home protection. The red dot has that program. This is a Ronin. Has the program for when in movement, it just automatically comes on, and that's a feature that a lot of red dots don't have. And in home protection, as a civilian, you want to minimize a lot of where you have to have situational awareness. And if you're going through a checklist, you'd be surprised how your situational awareness will flee you, especially when somebody just kicked in your door, or basically you hear a large broken glass from a window. It's unbelievable, your heart rate. And once you reach 160, your heart rate, you lose dexterity. So to minimize a lot of that, we got the Ronin to where once we have a program to where once you grab it, it automatically comes on. But in doing so, you're going to go through some batteries because you're going to forget to turn it off. So that's why you really want a good backup, and that's why we recommend Daniel Defense fixed upright sights. You don't have to deploy them, just like you didn't have to deploy the red dot. They're there. If you don't like that, you need to work around that, because if you've ever had your place broken into, you'd be amazed how you're not able to really put a complete thought together. So much going on, so much information to process, and the least you have to do is to go through your checklist, the better. So that's why I recommend this kind of setup. And I think everybody goes with the BCM gunfighter charging handles. It's the Ambi, and it's smooth. I cannot believe the ability to rack around. It is really smooth. And I think everybody's going with the K2. I don't know why you'd want the other one. As an old man, it really puts a lot of pressure on my wrist. So now it's perfect. You grab it with your finger. It's automatically lined up. The other one, you had to reach up. So if you think about it, grab it in the dark, guys, and just find that puppy right there. You'll be amazed how this K2 is a lot better. So this is basically what we have. We think we're done. Up front, we're gonna have it suppressed. So we went ahead and got the SOCOM RC2. So we went ahead and got the Surefire 4-comp, which is basically an adapter for that. It's going to help. It's ported. It's going to help with a lot of the recoil, but once you put a suppressor or this warden on there, those features go away. But this 10.5 is pretty easily to handle. She's a beast, but you'd be surprised. It has the carbine gas block length, so the dwell time is almost 3 inches. So a lot of people don't know if you can control that, but I don't think we're gonna have a problem in a close quarter situation. I don't think that's gonna be a major problem. But you're not gonna be able to have enough time to grab your ear protection, so you want to do as much as you can. So that's why we got the warden until that can comes in. How long that takes. So we're still waiting for that puppy. So the warden's on there. Haven't really used her indoors. Need to go out there and find a place that allows that to where I can see what it's like to listen to that indoors. Had it out on the range. Notice a small difference, but would not like to have that fired in a closed room with no ear protection. So that's another thing that's going to really throw off your situational awareness. But basically, wanted to touch base on the pistol orientation of this gun. Is you need to think about that. I'm able to do a lot more with this weapon than I could with my traditional 16-inch AR-15 rifle. So I hope this kind of makes you think about your next build, your next buy. We're not builders. We're kind of like assemblers. This is a Shelby to me. It's a Mustang. So I'm gonna turn it into a Shelby, and by God, and from 0 to 100 or 0 to 60, she's pretty badass. So I want you to think about your next build, your next buy. You need to think about this format. There's a lot of advantages. So thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Talk to you later.